Hi, I have been asked, how do you know when it's time to make a change, when it's time to quit trying to do what you've been trying to do and pivot to something else? And I thought I would make this video very much for myself as much as for anybody else. I think there are so many signs that we miss that are present within all of us, and all of us experience these signs differently and to varying degrees. But knowing yourself and knowing when you've reached your limit can be really helpful in identifying when you need to make a change in order for things to get better. So here are some signs that I pay attention to now that I know that these are things that leave me stuck and it's time for me to pivot and to change. So I will say, as an overarching feeling, the way that this feels like when things are just not working is you feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot. And it basically means like you are getting in your own way and you're not helping yourself. You're not able to help yourself in your situation. And that obviously is a frustrating place to be. And that leads into other things in your life. So for example, when I am not feeling stable and okay, I notice that my spending is a lot higher because I'm using my money to deal with things that I'm worried about, to outsource things I don't want to do myself, like apartment cleaning. I'm spending extra to get conveniences that are otherwise I would handle by myself, and they're too much for me to handle in that moment. So I noticed that when I am feeling a lot better and a lot more stable, my spending is actually down, like is a fifth of what it could be in a month where I might be feeling like I really want some relief and I'm trying to, solve the problems that I'm dealing with. The other one is your relationships. I think there comes a point where spending time with people doesn't really help you or serve you, or you are not able to feel better after spending time with people, and that is a really tough place to be. And I think that is another sign to be mindful of, because people are really the thing that keep us going in a lot of situations, and the inability to feel relief or connectedness to other people can be a serious problem for mental health. So it is not something to be overlooked. The other one, excuse me, I feel like an itch by the side of my nose. The other one is physical aches and pains. I know that when I'm not feeling so great, I will get headaches, I'll notice neck pain, stiffness, your body just doesn't feel as good. And I know a lot of people report GI issues, gut issues, and just feeling like their body's not functioning as great because of those things. Sleep is obviously one that people talk about, but I think it's also important to not ignore aches and pains. And then let's see, I think of course, like people talk about not being able to take interest in and pleasure in the things that you used to enjoy, like your hobbies or things that you enjoy. But I think a sign that arises even before that is if you are not able to, do your work, if you're having trouble doing your work. I think that is a really big sign not to ignore, because we might think, if it is something that we enjoy, like a hobby, we will work hard to try to keep it in our life and in our lifestyle because we know that it brings us joy. And often when it gets to the point of not being able to take care of work responsibilities, we're also not able to enjoy personal responsibilities towards ourselves, like enjoyment through relaxation, other means that calm us, like hobbies. So I think those are really important. I'm trying to think if I am forgetting anything else. When it comes to mood, of course, there are mood instability that can happen. I know women notice greater instability in their mood around with their cycle, essentially. And that could be something to monitor, just your health and how you're responding to your cycle. Is it normal for you? And then the other one is Irritability. I think that's a really big one for me. When I notice I'm feeling irritable or I am easy to anger, I know that that is a really big sign for me to hit pause and to reevaluate and reorient. And also a little bit of what I talked about earlier when it comes to money and like being worried about everything, is this sort of like general paranoia about things. That is something to be mindful of as well. You know, when you're just worried about everything going wrong, you sort of just have this lens. That is something to be mindful of as well when it comes to just noticing the things aren't working, because these things, they sort of keep you stuck and they don't let you feel better. So that's when you know it's a sign to make some drastic changes. And as you can see, these things impact your financial health, your physical health, your mental health, and your social health and familial relationships as well. So this is why I believe in health being multifaceted and it being interlinked. And I hope that you can use these signs to better inform yourself of what might be going on and what stage you're in of change, and what steps you might want to take next. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.